Hi everyone, and welcome back to Writing Tutorials. Today, we're taking a step away from the formal tone and diving into something more personal and heartfelt: how to write an informal letter to your father. This is one of those letters that's all about connection. Unlike formal letters, which are structured and professional, informal letters give you the freedom to be warm, conversational, and even a little playful. Let's break down the sample letter together and explore how you can write one like this for your dad. Step 1. Start with the address and date. Even though this is an informal letter, it's still a good idea to include your address and the date at the top. In our sample, it starts with 789 Willow Street, Harrisburg, PA 17104, December 15, 2024. Why include this? Well, it helps your dad know exactly when and where you wrote the letter. It's especially helpful if he wants to write back, or even if you're mailing it the old-fashioned way. Plus, it's a nice touch for keepsakes. Your dad might treasure this letter for years to come. Step 2. Use a warm greeting. Next, you'll want to greet your dad in a loving way. The sample says, "Dear Dad." It's simple, but it sets the tone. You can also add a personal twist, like "Hi Dad," "Dearest Dad," or even a nickname you use for him, like "Hey Pops." Whatever feels natural to your relationship works perfectly here. Step 3. Start with a friendly opening. In the first paragraph, you're just setting the mood. Let him know you're thinking of him and catching up on life. Our sample begins with, "I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. It's been a while since we last talked, and I wanted to take some time to share what's been going on with me. Life has been busy, but I've been learning to juggle everything as best as I can." This opening is warm and thoughtful. It's a way of saying, "Hey, I've been thinking about you," and gently bringing him into your world. Notice how it's casual yet caring. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just be honest and conversational. Step 4. Share updates about your life. The second paragraph is where you dive into what's new with you. In the sample, work has been challenging but rewarding. I recently got recognized for completing a big project, and it reminded me of all the advice you've given me about perseverance and hard work. I can't thank you enough for always being my biggest cheerleader. Here, you're not just sharing a life update, you're connecting it back to your dad. By mentioning how his advice helped you, you make the letter more meaningful. It's a small way of showing appreciation, and trust me, dads love that. When writing your own letter, think about any recent milestones, challenges, or funny stories you can share. Tie them back to something your dad has taught you or a moment you've shared together. Step 5. Add personal touches or lighthearted moments. In the third paragraph, feel free to get a little playful or share something casual. Here's what the sample says. On a lighter note, I finally started working on the garden in the backyard. Yes, the one I kept procrastinating about. The roses are blooming beautifully now, and I think you'd be proud of how it's turning out. I wish you could visit soon and give me some of your expert tips. This part is lovely because it shows your dad a glimpse of your everyday life. It also adds a bit of humor, acknowledging the procrastination, and invites him to be a part of your world, even from afar. When you write this part, think about small things that will make your dad smile. Maybe it's a hobby you've started, a funny memory, or even a new recipe you tried that reminded you of him. Step 6. Ask about him. An informal letter is a two-way conversation, so it's important to ask about how your dad is doing. The sample says, "How are things on your end? I hope you're taking good care of yourself. Please let me know if there's anything you need or if you'd like me to visit soon." This part shows that you care. It's not just about you, it's about him too. A simple, "How are you?" or "What have you been up to?" can go a long way in strengthening your bond. Step 7. End on a loving note. In the closing paragraph, you wrap things up with warmth and affection. The sample says, "I miss our long chats over coffee and all the laughs we shared. Hoping to see you soon, Dad." Until then, take care and stay safe. This is the heart of the letter. It leaves your dad feeling loved and valued. You can mention something you miss about him, express your hopes to see him soon, or simply wish him well. Step 8. Sign off. Finally, close the letter with a loving signature. In the sample, Love, Michael. Love is a classic choice, but you can personalize it however you'd like. Yours, your son, or even a nickname like Mikey. It's your chance to make the letter uniquely yours. And that's it. An informal letter to your dad, filled with love, updates, and heartfelt moments. Start with your address and the date. Use a warm greeting, like Dear Dad. Begin with a friendly opening that sets the tone. Share updates about your life, connecting them to your dad when possible. Add personal touches or light-hearted anecdotes. Ask about him to keep the conversation open. End on a loving note, and close with a heartfelt sign-off. Informal letters like this are simple yet meaningful. They're not just about words, they're about keeping connections alive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to Writing Tutorials, and drop a comment below sharing what kind of letters you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.